You girls. Morning everybody, welcome to another week's vlog. I was meant to have a lot more time this morning to start this vlog. Rich is away working, so he left early this morning. He's away for the night, he's not back till Tuesday evening. So I drop Chloe off to school. Normally on a Monday I go and do the ponies. But they've shut the main A road and they are diverting all that traffic through our tiny little village. So getting to school this morning was an absolute, sorry, I'm just logging on so my computer can start booting up. Getting to the school run this morning was an absolute nightmare because you've got people driving through our village and on country lanes that aren't used to driving through our village and on country lanes, normally it's a 20-minute journey, turned into a 50-minute journey, which, to be fair, I thought it was going to be worse than that, so not the best way to start the day, but I'm still back and home and on time and ready to start work. I'm still horny, but don't feel terrible, so just soldier on. Leo's having his back done today, so he can't be ridden because I think she's coming at 10 a.m, but Claire, because we're full livery, Claire will be there whilst he's done because obviously I'm working, and Denver's going to have the day off, so we're probably not going to the stables tonight. I haven't run for the last 2 or 3 days, but I'm going to try and do like an incline walk later because I just feel like I need to move my body, but need to be careful with my chest. But I thought I'd bring you along for the week because it's Richard's birthday this week, so I've got him a few presents I can show you and wrap and just bring you along for the adventures. So yeah, I'm going to make a cup of tea and I'm going to start work, so I'll catch up with you when we go on our lunchtime doggy walk. It is lunchtime. You will have seen I had hard-boiled eggs on some sourdough. I did put some butter. I'm a bit obsessed with butter on toast at the minute. I never used to like it, but now I quite like it. Only a small amount. And then I just grated some cheese on top, and it was actually very nice. And then I did have one of these because I do have a sweet treat every day. I cannot go pretty much a single day without eating chocolate. I have got a serious sweet tooth. Still got my little Phoebe character sat in front of my desk. I'm so glad I got her. She's the one I wanted. It's like smelly cat, which is very appropriate considering I work for a cat charity. Hence why she sat on my desk. The window cleaner's meant to be coming today. So not sure when he's coming. Not really sure of the benefit of that because it will probably pee down raining straight after he comes and you'll see no difference. But hey hum, he is actually going to do me a quote because he's going to clean all the fascias and guttering and everything for us as well. So I need to hopefully grab him today to remind him about that. I also need to contact the tree surgeons for that mammoth tree and our fir tree in the front garden that the cow attacked. I told you that, didn't I? That the Frisian cows from the dairy farm in the village escaped. And they pooed on our front lawn and they ripped bits out of my fir tree. Now, I'm very chill about things like that. I think it's part of living in a village, but when the horses poo in the village on the roads, we do get quite a lot of, it does cause quite a lot of heated discussions that we should pick up the horse poo. But obviously you can imagine the challenges with, one, trying to get a horse to wear a nappy, that would scare them, and two, going back. Unfortunately, 99% of the people in the village are just like, pick it up and put it in your garden. It's free fertiliser, a few roses, and obviously horse poo doesn't carry the same toxins as dog and cat poo does, because they don't have like the parasites that can be transferred onto humans, so it's a lot safer. But yeah, and that is just part of living in the village, isn't it? You know, when you get cow poo and that on the roads and things like that, it just, you know, when the trailers go through the village and stuff and it drops off, it just happens. It's part and parcel. But yeah, I digress. So I've just got a few jobs to do before I take the dogs for a walk. I need to fill up the cat litter tray on the stairs with some cat litter, hence that little bag that is sat there. I need to unpack these parcels. I'm going to sit you down a bit because you're actually hurting me. You're not, but the phone is hurting my hand. Unpackage those parcels. Monty is still not sleeping in his new cat bed. To be fair, he does always like this blanket, so don't you? He likes to be as close to me as he can possibly get. Mimi is loving life in the new bed. She absolutely loves it. And like I said, this little rim, she loves it because she can rest her head on it and hook her little paw over. Oh, here comes Poppy. You can't see Poppy, but she is down here. She says, hi boys. She says, I want to go for my WALK. Penny says, yeah, I do too, Mum. I do too. Rich has arrived safely where he was heading to. I think it's down Southampton way or something like that. He's gone with his dad. They needed to go down and do something with something. They work in the aerospace industry. It all makes no sense to me. So yeah, I'm going to unpackage that food. That's cat food in there. Both of the identical bags. So I order my cat and dog dry food from Animed, and with Animed, they're both on a Hills like life stage diet. So Poppy's on she's on a senior one now, Poppy. I think she's on a senior mobility large breed dry food, and then obviously they get wet food as well, and Penny's on a small breed. Oh, they both get the neutered one as well because it's lower calorie. Because they're both chunk-a-monk honkers, aren't you? And the cats get their 11 plus senior life stage dry food, and again they get wet food as well. I like to give them all a mix of both because it just gives them a bit of variety. It's a bit more interesting for them, and for cats it's really important. It can help cats to have a mix of wet and dry food. Mimi, no, that is claws, because of the increased wet in the wet. I can't get my word out. The increased water in the wet food can help cats because cats are predisposed to kidney disease, and increased water helps cats with that. The more water that they get, the better, especially as they get older. So that's why they get wet food as well. And because Mimi has got no teeth apart from her incisors and her canines at the front, because she had to have all her molar teeth, her premolars and her molars. I can't get my words out today. Molars removed because she gets a condition called gingival and the teeth in the mouth exacerbate the gums and cause to chronic inflammation and masses and things like that. So she had to have my God, she's got no balance anymore. Is it in there? I've only got thin trousers on, and because she's getting older, she uses her claws more for stability, and oh my God, do they hurt. She's getting jealous because Poppy's basically having her, what can you see? Having her ears fussed whilst I talk to you, because if not, she'll keep talking to me, won't you? So you're getting jealous because Poppy's getting fussed. It's just animals, isn't it? So yeah, that's why the cats predominantly get a mix of dry and wet, and the dogs just get it because they like it. Oh, Poppy, you've literally covered me in your fluff. So I just think it just gives them a bit of variety, doesn't it? Each to their own with diets and what they feed their animals. I think it's can be a very heated subject. Like I say, it's each to their own. So yeah, I'm just going to unpackage that, go for a wee, fill the litter tray up, and then get on our merry way. I might go down the canal today for a little walk. We'll go down the canal. It might be muddy, but we can go see the quackers. And you like going and seeing the quackers, don't you? Yes, you do like to go see the quackers. So let's just shut some of this down. I've made good progress this morning, actually, with the task that I needed to get done. So that is good. think that's for me as well. Just checking what emails have come in since I have sat chatting to you. So yeah, let's get going. Oh God, I've talked to you for 6.5 minutes. I can really waffle on, can't I? I'm not really sure what this vlog is going to be. It's just going to be a week in the life. Interesting things always seem to happen to us, doesn't it? Whether it's with the animals or something like that. So yeah, some days might have barely nothing, other days might have bits and bobs. But Leo's had his back done today as well. She said no major problems. He was just a little bit sore over his left pelvic area. And I said that would probably make sense because he has been on the left rein. He's been trying to have his quarters, so his bum basically off the track. His front feet have been on the track and his back bum, he's kind of, sorry, that was the chair, not me. He's kind of been like that on the track. He's tried to have his bum sort of on the 3/4 line almost. So I said that probably makes sense. He's quite a bendy boy anyway, so he's quite difficult to keep straight between hand and leg because he'll always like to overbend. I think that's the Welsh in him. But yeah, he has been throwing his quarters out. So she said today off and then resume back to work tomorrow. So I'll probably ride him on my lunch break tomorrow and Chloe will go straight off to school so I can carry on working till late. So yeah, that's good. He's been done. So they've had their teeth done in January. They've had their backs. Well, Dem had his back done in January. Leo's had his back done in February. I'm going to order them some wormers so they have them before they start going out a lot more in the field because once this rain has been absolutely horrendous. I think I got Chloe to get that little snippet this morning. Honestly, I've never known so many floods everywhere. Like the fields are just, geez, I've never known a winter so wet. And considering we did so well up until December, we seem to have literally had record amounts of rain from December to now. I've never known it so wet. It's just crazy. Here in so many yards which are really struggling with turnout and everything. It's just a blinking nightmare. So roll on spring when they can get to going out, because they pretty much spring, summer, autumn, they're out pretty much 24/7. They come in for they might come in at say 11 or 12 o'clock and then they go back out at 3 or 4. So they're in just for a few hours so they can have their feed. They can have a bit of a hay net away from the hottest part of the sun for the day and then they're back out. So it is just what it is in winter and in the UK. And like I said, we have to be careful because of their legs, with them scabs on the legs, because we have to clip them. And when you clip the fur, you're obviously taking that level of barrier away from them, from the mud and the rain, and then they can get mud fever. And that can be really painful. I've had a horse with that in the past and it was a real struggle, absolute struggle. He couldn't go out for months and months and months until they were all healed, because every time he went out and the mud got on him, they ruptured back open again and they get an infection. They can get cellulitis and the infection can track up the leg and it can be really serious. So you do have to be careful. But yeah, I'm waffling. Let's get these things unpacked and tidied and Poppy's having a wash now and let's go for walkies. I remember what I was going to say to you now, but I lost my train of thought. What I was saying, that when I get the dog and cat food off Animed, they're an online, they do lots of bits and bobs for pets. You can actually sign up to their subscribe and go. And it's quite a big discount off the food actually. And it's really easy to use. So you can amend when they get sent to you, how regularly, monthly, 2 monthly, 3 monthly. You can skip an order really easy if it's lasted you longer than what you think. So what I did, unfortunately with cat food, I placed an order on, I think it was say a Sunday. It wasn't, I think it was one of the days in the week. And it didn't go through, or I thought it hadn't gone through because I'd had no confirmation. So I did it again the next day, and then unfortunately 2 orders went through. And by the time I managed to email them, they'd both been processed and out for delivery. But they did say to me if I had wanted to send one back, I just needed to reject one of the deliveries and it would have gone back to them and they would have credited my account. But I was like, it's kind of no point, I'll use it eventually anyway. So I went then onto the portal and just skipped the next delivery. So the next one's not due to come till now, July or something like that. And if I need it before then I can just easily change it. But they're really easy. I've just taken some of these. They're working actually really well because they've got caffeine in. They're giving me a bit of a kick. Take them, and then later on I will show you what I've already got for Richard's birthday. I might go and pop in the little card shop in the village where Chloe's school is later on today and get his card so Chloe can pick his card, I can pick his card, and then that's another job done whilst he's not here as well. We may as well, when I put them in there. If I put them in there, I'll forget about them. So yeah, let's go walk these dogs anyway. I'm not going to make the mistake and go out and not be dressed for the weather. Penny has already got her coat on. At the weekend, I washed both of my Equidries. Well, this isn't an Equidry, this is a raincoat. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I washed both of them because I got the Nick Wax stuff from, oh, I must try and balance you, from Nailers, when I went to Nailers. And they've come up, it's come up so lovely and clean. You have to use 2 different bottles. You have to use the Tech Wash first and then the reproofer, and they do come out very wet because you have to do them on like a 20 or a 30 wash, and you can't put them on too fast to spin either. So they do come out quite wet, so they did take a good sort of 48 hours to dry, but I timed it with not having to wear it on Sunday up to stables, but still a little bit marked because obviously you're not doing it like on a hot wash, are you, where you get the marks out so much, but I don't want to lose the waterproofness. That's what the main important is. That's why I make sure I use those Nick Wax bottles. They're very good. I've used them before and everything stays waterproof, and in this weather you definitely need that. But the one thing that I haven't got now in my pockets because I had to empty them all is poo bags and treats. And treats basically are the equivalent of bribery. Because if you've got a treat, Poppy will do anything and everything you ask her to do. If you don't have a treat, you might as well be talking to a brick wall. Penny, she'll come back, she'll do anything because she's a little Velcro dog. Poppy, you ain't got a cat in hell's chance. She sees something, she smells something, she's off. She's not going to listen to you. So yeah, I might phone my mum actually, so I'll try and get a few snippets. If not, I'll catch up with you later. Where is she, doggies? Where is she? Is she coming, Poppy? Is she coming, Poppy? I need babies. Penny, where's Chloe? Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Good girls. Yep. Right, it's safe to say, guys, that Monty is a convert. I think I got a little insert earlier that I put in of him in his little cat bed. I'm just putting my trainers on because I'm now going to attempt to go and run. We'll see. If I can't run because I can't breathe, then I shall revert to an inclined walk instead. But I don't feel too chesty. I just think I sound chesty rather than actually feel chesty. But I haven't run since last Thursday, I don't think. Is it last Thursday? Yeah. So I've had 3 days off. So we'll see. Obviously I've only walked the dogs today. So I haven't done a fat lot of moving my body, 6,000 steps, because I haven't done the horses because Leo's had to have a day off and having his back done. I think I'm going to go up at lunchtime and ride him tomorrow. I'm going to try and get Chloe dropped off at school by about 10 past 8 so I can be home by about 20 past 8 so I can walk the dogs before I start work. And then it means I can go in my lunch break to ride Leo, drop Chloe after school, and then carry on working and pick her up when she's finished. And then we won't be there super late tomorrow night as well. I've just ordered a new microwave off like forward bit to my hair up. I've got nothing on under this apart from my sport. That sounds wrong. I've got a sports bra on under this, but I get hot pretty quick when I run. But it's a bit too cold not to have anything on when you're first walking and doing my warm up. So I just have this on while I'm walking. Then as soon as I start running, I take it off so it doesn't get sweaty. Yeah, I've ordered a new microwave because our microwave, you know, when the metal starts to expose in it, that's what started to happen. I've also ordered a new bin because that has broken, the lid is breaking, and I wanted a double bin that I could put like refuse in one side and recycling in the other. And I got quite a bargain, I think, on Amazon. It was £38 because a lot of them were coming up at about £100. I'm not spending £100 on a bin to put rubbish in. So yeah, I've managed to get one for like £38. So I've ordered that off Amazon, microwave off Amazon, some hand wash off Amazon. I've just ordered Richard's birthday cards and his Valentine's card off Moonpig because you can personalise them, which is what I like. So I think they're actually being delivered tomorrow. It's crazy, the turnaround, isn't it? You can get next day delivery and like literally order them at 6 o'clock in the evening and still get them the next day. Chloe, I'm just going on the runner. She's in Star Stables land. Yeah, so, and then I've got a Vinted parcel that I need to package tonight. 3 next summer dresses that have been on there a while actually. But I suppose people are now starting to think about holidays and summer and stuff. I shut this door because I don't want any moths coming in. Because the light's on. I need to get rid of a cobweb as well because that is freaking me out. The fact there's a cobweb up there probably means there's a spider up. I don't like the fact that there's a spider above my head. But hey hum. They deserve to coexist as well. Just as long as they stay away from me, I'll stay away from them. I've got all the guinea pig stuff on here drying as well. That's fine as long as that's out of the way. Can you hear the guinea pigs drinking? They love their bottle. They've got a bowl as well, but they just love the bottle. Oh, I need to order. That's another thing I need to do. I need to order a guinea pig order as well from Nature's Own Pets. Swear by them. It's the only company I ever use for their hay and their bits and bobs. I'm loving this necklace still. I think this is from Lavisa. It's a waterproof one. It's really cute. It's the perfect length. So yeah, I've got lots of bits and bobs done. I do need to order 2 photos as well for Chloe's frames in her bedroom. And there's loads of horsey stuff that I've got unequipped, which is like a horsey version of Vinted. But I am finding that things are selling better on Vinted, quicker. So I'm going to move all of those over from equipped later onto Vinted. I've got a vlog that I need to edit. I've got about an hour's worth of footage to edit. I did about half of it last night, so an hour's last night. I've got another hour to do tonight. So I'll schedule that for Thursday. There was one go live on Sunday, but I'm trying to do one every like 4 or 5 days. And then I've got Chloe's 2 birthday ones to do after that, and then a weekend one, and then this one. Still plenty to be editing. Love Island tonight. Rich was away with his dad, so they're going out for a meal and then going back to their hotel room, so I'm sure he'll watch it in his hotel room. Yeah, so just a cosy night at home. I've got a reheated roast dinner that we had last night because I did cook too much, so I'm going to have that for my tea tonight. I'll see what Chloe wants. She'll either have like pasta, or I've got some meatballs if she wants some meatballs and pasta. It's one of her favourites at the minute, or jacket potato. See what she wants. She had rice and scrambled egg and for her lunch for school, but also with some of the roast potatoes that I've done for the roast dinner, because she loves roast potatoes and I love cold roast potatoes and she does as well. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you like. Some people, when I say it to them, they're like, what? Cold roast potatoes? But my grandma used to do them when we used to go around for like a picky dinner at like Christmas. You know, like we not have roast dinner, but you have like sausage rolls and vol au vents and all that out. She always used to do cold roast potatoes with salt on. Oh God, they're just to die for. So don't knock them unless you tried them. They are good. I had a few left over with my egg on toast for lunch as well. And with the salt on, they're just like chef's kiss, favourite. So yeah, I'm going to bang out this run. I don't know whether I'm going to read a book or watch a vlog and then have a shower, get our tea sorted, and then become a resident couch potato on the sofa for the rest of the evening until I go to bed. Hopefully I'll sleep better tonight, but I probably won't, because I just don't think you do when there's just, well, when Rich is away, like one of you is away. So the dogs will probably be on the bed with me because they're normally downstairs with him till late, so they will probably come up to bed with me. So yeah, good little guard dogs our doggies are. But yeah, I've been waffling for 6 minutes, so it's going to be a very chatty vlog, I think. I will show you my Amazon haul when it comes tomorrow, because they should all come tomorrow, and bring you along for some adventures, but I'll show you my tea. Catch up with you in a bit. Let's get this run done. Right, I did a 5k, I've just put the bins out, I've got a load of laundry that needs folding, but I'm going to put Chloe's tea in the air fryer. She's just going to have some battered fish and chips. I'm just going to be reheating my roast dinner, so that'll only take like 5 minutes in the microwave, so... What do you want? Do you want your dinners? Do you want your dinners? I'm going to feed them first. Put Chloe's dinner in, feed the doggies and the cats, and then get in the shower and de-stink and get in pyjamas. I don't think my breathing suffered with the running. It was my legs that were actually aching, but I thought just don't push it too much. First one, about 5k is absolutely fine. So yeah, I'm going to get these animals fed, and you've seen that plenty of times before, so I'll catch up with you later. Right, I have my reheated roast dinner, which I'm really looking forward to because I'm starving. Penny's there, Poppy's there. Hey Poppers, she's waiting for Rich to come home. She'll be on guard all night because he's not here. She's such a good guard dog. She sounds ferocious if anyone comes towards the door. Bless her. Hey? Good girls. You always think, don't you, will your dog actually protect you? Because she's daft as a brush, but my God, when somebody comes to that door that she doesn't know, jeez. Hey, you are vicious, aren't you? But in a good way. You protect your house, don't you? Yeah, she says, Daddy's not come home yet. And the cats are both in their new cat beds. So I've got Winter Olympics on at the minute, but that is about to change. I just had that on for the dogs while I was on the runner. I'm trying to watch, let me turn you around. I'm waiting for my dinner to cool down a bit because I've nuked it a bit too hot. We're trying to watch Tell Me Lies because so many people keep talking about it on vlogs that I watch. And we watched His and Hers. That was a really good series. But I don't know, Tell Me Lies I didn't realise is like 3 seasons deep. So we started on season 1, but it's just really slow. Like, I think we're like 6 episodes in and it just doesn't seem like it's getting anywhere. So let me know in the comments if it does get any better, because Rich has given up. He's like, just watch it on your own. I'm not bothered to watch it anymore. So I might try and just give that another episode tonight whilst I eat my tea and edit a vlog. We'll see, but let me know if you've got any good suggestions of TV shows in the comments, because we're always after new ones to watch and we're generally behind most other people on what they've watched. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I'm going to enjoy my dinner. Everybody, sorry, I'm just popping my password in my computer. I have dropped Chloe off. Traffic's not quite as bad this morning. I think most of like the HGVs and the Arctics and things have clocked the fact that it's shut. Apparently it's going to be shut for 21 days, the major road by us, which is going to be an absolute nightmare with the other road, the other major road into the village is shut as well. She was she was desperate for a poo, bless her. I hope she's not got an upset tummy. I hope that's solid. I hope it's... No, that's just poured out of her. Don't know why they are both getting an upset tummy, because there's got nothing in their food that's like different or anything. They're literally, we've been so strict with them since they've both had these like... It's a bit weird. I'm leaning towards the fact of having their poo tested at the vets, because they're both flea'd and wormed. Nothing has changed in their diet. It's weird what is literally like upsetting. I'm just going to go check it to make sure. Sorry, I had to go. She has got diarrhea again. You know when you just get a bit of a loss as to why that's the... I'm just thinking, is it because of the non-steroidal she's on? And have we thought it's something else and actually it's that, because non-steroidals can cause diarrhea, but she's been back on it for probably a good, I'd say, possibly like 2 weeks now, so it'd be weird for it to only start to be having an effect now. There's nothing different in her diet whatsoever. We're pretty strict with their diet, to be fair. Like, they get their dry and their wet food, and like they have the little biscuits that we have, but like they're really plain ones, and they don't get many of them at all, and they just get their dentist stick, but they've had their dentist sticks for yonks. So I'm not too sure, to be honest, but yeah, it's part formed and then part, you could hear it like literally shoot out of her, poor girl. I did actually give her Procolin. Did I give it to her last night? I think I did, yeah, because when I was walking her yesterday and I was on the phone to my mum, she pooed like 4 times, which is a lot for her. I mean, she poos like 2 or 3 times, but 4 times. And then, sorry, poo chat first thing in the morning. Oh, why have I just put that in there? I need it for the jam. And then the last bit was runny, and Mum was like, yeah, but sometimes that's normal with the last bit of the poo. And I was like, no, it's like proper like puddle. I was like, just, you kind of know your own dog, don't you? So I'll keep an eye on her today. Sod's law, I don't think I've got any diet stop tablets left. I might see if Jan is going to the vets actually, because I think she did mention that she's got the vets soon, so she might be going that way. Penny's literally just finished her antibiotics, or got 7 type tablets today. Hers is just literally back to normal. I feel like we get one dog back to normal and then we're back to square one with the other dog. I'm like, oh. I mean, Penny's not on a non-steroidal, so that's not the reason for her diarrhea, which makes me think, is it just something they're being exposed to on a walk? But we've been really careful with where we've been walking them as well. I haven't been taking them in the fields just in case, but you don't know, you may have a bit of a loss. Who knows? Right, I'm going to eat this, start work, and I'll catch up with you at lunchtime, because we're going to go do Leo at lunchtime. Chloe's getting dropped off after school, so to have her lesson and ride. It's meant to be quite rainy later on, so not nice, and I might end up back at the vets tonight. Wish me luck, because there's so many road closures because of the floods. God. Hello everybody, what a day. I've just let Poppy outside and a second explosion of diarrhea. So I am now going to try and phone the vets and just have a chat with them. And I've just got a possible inkling that it might be the non-steroidal that she's on. Although it's like a safer one, she was up to the higher dose because the lower dose wasn't really having an effect. And I'm just putting 2 and 2 together and thinking, looked at the side effects in the packaging, and diarrhea and like mucousy diarrhea is a side effect, and you're meant to stop it straight away if that happens. And obviously with it happening the first time with Poppy, but then Penny getting it, we put it down to the fact that, first of all, we thought it was their allergies. Then we thought, is it something they've picked up in the field, mixing with other dogs, because they've both had it. But now this is like the second or possibly even third time it's happened. I'm like, there's nothing has changed in her routine, her food, anything. We're pretty strict with all of that. Is it actually the non-steroidal? Because she stopped it for a period of time because they advised us to stop it, obviously, when she'd had the medication before. And obviously now we've started on it again, and she's been on it probably for a good week or 2 weeks. Is it now that it's getting back in her system? It's irritating her again, which is really going to be difficult because it's the only thing that makes a difference to her arthritis. And it's one of the safest things for her arthritis. And I know she can't go on to Metacam because that gives her diarrhea, because she's had that post-surgery from her operation, and I think it upset her tummy. I can't remember, but then it could have been the antibiotics she was on and all the other medication. We're just at a point where we're like, how do you make her comfortable but then not upset her GI tract? So yeah, I'm going to go ride Leo now, and then I've asked Richard's mum if she can pick Chloe up for me later, because with all these road closures, it's just an absolute nightmare. And then see if the vets can get her in later on tonight. I'm just going to starve her, not give her anything. I can't walk her because literally it's pouring out of her. She can hold it. It's not like, I went to bed at 11:15 last night and I didn't come down till 7 o'clock, and she hadn't done anything in the house. And she was all right first thing this morning when I let her out. It was when I got back from the school run, she asked to go out and she was kind of moaning at the back door. Let her straight out and you could hear it, pouring out of her. And then again, she's just literally come and sat by the door 4 hours later and asked to go out. So I don't want to leave her for long periods of time. I'll only be at the yard for an hour, literally ride Leo or lunge him, and then I might just lunge him because I don't want to leave her for very long. But if Richard's mum can pick Chloe up, that'll just help me out, because with these road closures, it's a nightmare. So she can pick her up, bring her back here, get changed, drop her at the stables with Claire. And then it means I can take Poppy to the vets tonight, and then I can pick Chloe back up on the way through. You can see the weather outside. It's really like drizzly rain. I've looked at the weather forecast and it's meant to be pretty horrendous later on. So I'm not sure Chloe will be riding after school. So I'm going to go now and see what Claire thinks. And if she thinks it's a no-go, I'm just going to lunge them both now and just make it easier for me. And then Richard's mum can pick Chloe up and bring her home for me. and then hopefully if I can get in the vets, I can get in the vets for like 6 or something like that, because it's going to be a nightmare to get to them because of all these road closures and floods. Normally takes me about 25 minutes to get to the vets, but I reckon tonight we're trying to get out of the village, it's probably going to take me an hour. So I'm going to need a very late appointment. And Chloe will probably have to come with me, so yeah, and I don't think she's going to want to ride tonight if it's literally, it's not forecast to start raining until 4, but it is raining, it's like this drizzly rain. So if it's already doing this now, can you see that? You see that kind of like misty rain? That kind of, not very heavy rain, but the kind of rain that gets you wet, do you know what I mean? Well, that sounds crazy because all rain gets you wet, but you know what I mean. There's all like wet rain or wet rain, isn't there? So yeah, I think I'm just going to lunge them now because can't be bothered with riding tonight in the pouring down rain and the dark. And like I said, I don't want to leave Poppy for very long because I don't want her to have to hold herself. It's not fair if you've got an upset tummy, is it? So, and she just doesn't look very happy again, do you? Not very happy, are you, Poppy? No, that's right. I'm gonna get my bum in gear and get there, and then, yeah, get back. Oh, he's been lazy today. He's going from being really lazy to then just exploding. Hey, you're not liking the increased traffic down the road, are you? Hey, he says, no, mummy. He says it's annoying. Oh, got no energy. I can barely breathe. Good boy. Good pony. Oh, God, give me strength, I tell you. I could cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Right. We are going to the vets with Poppy tonight at 5:45. I'm going to try and get a poo sample and take that with me and ask that they test it. I might even get them to do a blood test because I'm just paranoid that it might be the non-steroidals and it might be affecting the kidneys and things. So I think for peace of mind, she's insured. Yeah. It's just weird how it keeps coming back. Like she's never had this problem before. So she's going to the vets. They've got me in at 5:45. I've let work know. Again, as I've said before, they're absolutely amazing. I'm very lucky to work for who I work for. To complicate things further, I went to the stables. I'm just having a break because I feel like my brain's going to explode. And because I've got a cold, I can feel like a pulse in my ear. Like it's like, woo, 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 and I've been able to hear that all day. And it's really just driving me a little bit mental. And I think staring at the screen I'm probably on the verge of a migraine, probably because I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown. You gotta laugh, if not probably cry. So went to the stables and lunged Denver first because he was a bit antsy and he was a little bit coughy, and obviously he's got a medication from the vets for his cough, and we don't have to give it to him all the time. We just have to give it to him when he's sort of got a bad day. And we also have like the NAF respiratory supplement that we give him, a liquid one, and is on a supplement that goes into his feed for his breathing as well. But I just think I'm at a point now where I'm like, he was quite bad today, and it's the second time now. I said on a previous vlog, didn't I? I think I did. This is like the second episode he's had where it's really stressed him out to the point it's almost like he's breathing from his abdomen and like he can't breathe comfortably, and then that stresses him out, like he can't get enough oxygen into his system, and I don't like seeing him like it. So I've literally phoned the vets. We've given him his medication, he's settled down, and he always settles down within about 20 minutes of having it. But I want to do a full respiratory workup with the vets. He's fully insured. Even if he wasn't, I'd do it anyway because I don't like seeing my animals in distress or uncomfortable. So I'm really lucky because obviously I use different vets for my horses than I do for my dogs and the cats, and I'm really lucky that both of them are just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So the vet that owns the practice for the equine practice, she's coming out Thursday afternoon. She's got 5-stage vetting in the morning. I didn't think they'd come out that quick, to be honest, because it's not like it's an emergency, because it's not like it's happening every day. I mean, the last time it happened was like 3-4 weeks ago, but like I said to the vets, we're in this real tricky situation where, like, if they've got respiratory issues, the best thing is for them to be out 24/7 with minimal dust and all of this. But we can't do that with him because well, I don't think many people could do that at the minute because of the weather, because the fields, we've got so many flood warnings everywhere. We physically wouldn't be able to do it. They'd get mud fever. But we obviously got on the fact of that we not sure if he had laminitis scare last year, so if you've got frosty mornings, you've got to be careful with that, and the sugar in the ground. And he's not a good doer like a normal cob. He wouldn't cope just being on grass. You'd have to supplement him with hay anyway, so you'd have the dust from that anyway. We'd have to be careful with giving him haylage because of the sugar levels in haylage, because of the risk of the laminitis. So we're really caught in this like catch-22 scenario of how best to manage him. Obviously we're soaking his hay, we work him, and all of that. We're trying to, obviously he's on the best supplements and things like that, but I just think he needs medication probably, or an inhaler, something like that. I think it's actually like proper allergies. I think he might have like an allergy to forage, and obviously he'll always have to have forage, whether he was out 24/7 or not. He would have to have forage to supplement his diet. So I just think it's best to just get him checked by the vet. And one of the other horses on the yard has to have like an inhaler, and it almost goes on like a head collar. It's like a big bucket muzzle over their nose, and then you put the inhaler in it, like how we have an inhaler, and they breathe that in, and they have that every day. So perhaps he might need that, I don't know, but I just think we need to get to the bottom of it now. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to have them out on Thursday, and we'll see what they suggest and go from there, and hopefully make him happier. And spring is literally around the corner, and then they will be out a lot more because the fields will dry up. I've just never known rain like this year. I mean, I've never known so many floods. I've never known the main road by us to be shut so many times. It's causing carnage in our village because the amount of traffic that's coming through, like they're destroying the roads, accidents. It's just absolutely mental. Like, it's going to pour down with rain all night tonight, so it's just going to be even worse again. It's literally like, never seen fields. Rich had to go down south to work, and he said literally you just look left and right on the motorway. He said, and all of the fields are like under meters of water. He said it's just never seen it so bad. So yeah, it's a real juggle with horses at the minute in the UK, and in winter it's not fun. And I'm a big believer, I just want to make sure that my animals are as happy and healthy as possible as we can keep them. So I feel a bit more peace of mind knowing that he's going to be seen. So yeah, and taking Poppy tonight and trying to get to the bottom of Poppy as well. Send me strength, because it's one of those weeks, but I'll keep posted. I will continue vlogging for the rest of this week and give you an update on Denver and on Poppy. I've got some unboxings to do later that I've got over there, the bin and the microwave and some bits from Amazon, so I'll do that with you later as well. But I'm just going to make a cup of tea and then carry on work and hope this in my ears calms down, because I could, you just get to the point where you could just scream or cry, one or the other. I just feel a bit like, we were going to go to Lowestoft this weekend to see family, but that's not going to happen because I don't want to leave the animals, and I don't want to leave Denver, and I don't want to take the dogs down whilst Poppy's poorly as well. It's just not fair on my mum to have that in her house, but also not fair on Poppy to travel while she's like that. So we'll just be at home for those 4 days, and yeah, fun times. This is Holly. Ben, Chloe, pull her shoulder. Chloe, pull her shoulder. Oh, the drowned little rats. Oh, you drowned little rats. Poppy. She's panting as well. Tiny dog and big dog. Big fat fluffy dog and tiny dog. Big fluffy dog. Oh, Poppy, did you diarrhea all over that floor? She says, I need to go with the shame. I can't live with the shame. Oh, Penny. Oh. Hi. We're just in. You can
Golden
see
Arches.
Golden Arches, because Mummy's eating her feelings. Which I don't recommend that you do.
There's a little monkey sat on my lap. Quite literally.
Yeah, I'm having. Richard's got to be at work till late, so he's just like, you and Chloe just get your tea. So Poppy has had 2 lots of diarrhea at the vets. One on the way in and on the way out. Poor girl, it's poured out of her and blood. She's had a steroid injection. She's coming home with steroids. She's coming home with 3 different.
She's trying to protect her cold. There's literally.
I know, but I'm trying to talk, and you're like in the background going. Yeah, Poppy's got 3 different types of like gut settlants as well. Stopping the Galliprant to be on the safe side to see if it is that might be, and obviously she can't have that with the steroids anyway, so we have to stop it. But then he was like, slowly, when she's better, bring it back in. He said, if it happens again, then you've got your answer that it's Galliprant. But I'm just not. I'm a bit like, I'm a bit hesitant to start it again, to be honest, because I don't know, I've just got something in the back of my mind that it's possibly that. But then I'm like, why would Penny have had something? I don't know.
It could be a ping pong then.
Yeah, it could be viral and ping ponging.
Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong.
That poor girl, she couldn't even hold it because she went on the little sidewalk on the way into the vets on the concrete, and then on the way back out again, literally pouring out of her. So I'm glad I took her tonight. And have I spoke to you since? The vets are coming on Thursday to do a full workup on Denver, respiratory workup on Denver, so at least we're getting somewhere. He's been lunged today, Chloe will ride him tomorrow. It's alright to be reading it, it's just that he keeps having these episodes and I just want to get to the bottom of it and just make sure that he's as comfortable as he can be and living his best life as he can be. So Penny's just like sat there whilst we're waiting for our food to be delivered to us. Poppy's in the back there. Poppy! Poppy! She says, I'm just concentrating on my ring of fire at the moment. She's there, she is, look. Yeah, I'm going to put you away. We'll see you when we get home. Everybody, long time no speak. It's actually Thursday, so I've missed out a whole day. I wouldn't even be vlogging today. As you can hear, I am still not very well, which escalated Tuesday night. I had yesterday off work, I've got today off work. I wouldn't have been leaving the house unless I had to. Poppy is not very well at all. You'll know that we brought her to the vets Monday night with really bad diarrhea again. She had medication and she's not getting any better. If anything, she's getting worse. She's not had a solid poo. It's literally pouring out of her. I think the most she can go is like 3 or 4 hours without going out in the garden. So we've pretty much literally lived the last 48 hours with the back door wide open and the central heating on so that she can just keep going in and out. Obviously wanted to give it some time for the medication to work and to kick in, but I'm just worried that there might be something else now. So phoned the vets this morning and they've advised to obviously bring her back in, which is why we were calling. I'm thinking she probably might need to stay with them for bloods and a scan and things. I'm worried about her getting dehydrated. She's drinking a lot. But I just think it's worthwhile to probably do a blood test just to check her kidneys and her liver at this point, because yeah, she's not the best, poor girl. So I'll just drop Chloe at school and brought her here and then go home and collapse back on the sofa. I just don't feel, work have been really good about it. I had 2 nosebleeds yesterday. I had chest pains all day. I just think it's caught up with me and just no energy, and I still just got 0 energy today. I'm just hoping probably this wasn't the best colour to choose if I have nosebleeds, but I do have tissues with me, so I'm a little bit early. So yeah, just not a great 4 hours, and I feel sorry for Rich because it's his birthday today. I got a tiny little snippet which I can put in now of him opening his presents. I will show you what he's got probably when I'm feeling better. But we just got him some Skechers trainers because he needed some new ones, and some Tom Ford aftershave, a little Lynx set, a Toblerone, and we're going to go out for a meal and go to the cinema when we feel better. Chloe's also coming down with it this morning, so as a family we're not doing very well, are we? Poor Rich on his birthday to just wake up to a house full of poor people. The garden absolutely stinks. Literally you walk into the garden and it just smells, it sounds horrible, like rotting flesh. For me to be able to smell it, the fact that I'm just congested and I can smell it that strong is a sign. The neighbours probably wonder what's going on. Monday night she had 2 accidents in the house, bless her, by the back door. She hasn't messed in the house since, but then like I say, I've literally been keeping the back door like yesterday when I was on the sofa all day poorly. I've got a headache. I just had the back door open constantly for her to just come in and out, and just kept the heating on and was just under a blanket on the sofa, bless her. Just feel sorry for her because last night I had to encourage her to eat her dinner, and that's not Poppy. She eats no matter what. Girl Pops. Poppy. Good girl. What? Where's Poppy? Where's Poppy gone? She comes, bless her. I think she's just had a wee. I'm just keeping an eye on her in case she's not doing a poo, so that's good. She hasn't been since 4 o'clock this morning, so perhaps it's working. You can see out there all the things of That's Very Liquid where I've washed all of the lawn down of your diarrhoea, haven't I? We need to take this bandage off your leg, sweet pea, where they took your bloods, because they said you were very fluffy around your neck, so they thought it'd be easy to take it from your leg. Hey, good girl. You were very brave, weren't you? You were very brave. You can't have any treats, darling. I had the new bin. I don't think I even got to show you that because I had that the night that I just went completely poorly. I think it looks nice in the black. I was going to go steel, but then I was like, the TV and the DVD's black. The fittings on the cupboards are black. Sorry, I'm so tired. Just going to the vet this morning has absolutely wiped me out. It's my breathing that I'm struggling with today. Let's shut this up. I just put some Oralade in that for them. And I've just took all the rugs up to wash because I'm not going to lie, the house absolutely stinks. And I'm just going to attempt to hoover them up and then I'm sitting down for the rest of the day. Because, yeah, I've just got dirty paw prints all over the house. It just feels pretty gross and I don't want... Yeah, she's going to need a bath at the weekend, I think, if she is better. Let me tell you right. Look at the state of me. Yeah, I think just getting ready to take Chloe to school and go to the vets this morning, literally just having a shower and putting a very minimal amount of makeup on and just driving to the vets and back has absolutely wiped me out. Claire rode Leo for me yesterday and I think I'm going to have to ask her to do the same today because, yeah, I don't think I've got the energy to stay on him. He's a good boy, but still, it's not fair. So, yeah, the vets, I've got the door open just so that she can go outside if she wants to. The vets have basically just put her on more medication. Let me try and balance you somewhere because my arm's hurting. So yeah, the vets have put her on more medication. She's basically gone on the same tablets that Penny was on, the Metrobactin. They've upped her dose of her steroids. What else have they put her on? Oh, Pardel, which is basically the dog equivalent of paracetamol, just in case obviously her guts are painful because she wasn't very keen on eating last night. They did give me some metazapine, which is an appetite stimulant if I need it, but she's eating her breakfast really well when we got back from the vet, so that's good. I've just got her on egg and rice because I just think she just needs something really light on her tummy, and I'll continue that until she has her first solid poo, and then I'll gradually wean her back onto her normal food. She didn't like the U-Move digest, so I put her back on Procolin. She's also having cobalamin capsules, 2 capsules once a day. She's got a last few of her Diastop tablets, so she's basically rattling. She's on so much medication. And he felt her abdomen, but he couldn't feel anything, and he didn't feel that there was a need for a scan because she's not vomiting. Normally with a foreign body, they would normally vomit. It does just point to viral. We did a full bloods because he said you could just try the more medication and see how she gets on. And I was like, no, I just think for peace of mind, we need to run the bloods because I just wouldn't forgive myself if there was something affecting her liver and her kidneys. So we also did a screen for pancreatitis, CPI, and a parvo virus test just to be on the safe side. She's vaccinated, but younger and older dogs are more susceptible, and she's 8 now, so I just think you're better off just screening for it, especially because we've got another dog as well. We're not walking them at the minute. Well, I wasn't walking them. I might take her for a walk today. Now I know that whatever she's got is not going to pass on to another dog, and as long as I know that she's not going to like pour her guts out onto the tarmac or the grass verges, so I will wait till probably later on this evening to be on the safe side. Take her out in the dark, it's fine. We did say, Rich's mum said, why don't you take like a big 2-litre water bottle with you, and Rich come with you, and Chloe can always come on a scooter, and then we can always wash it away if we need to. But I don't really want to walk her unless I know that it's not pouring out of her, which she hasn't, fingers crossed, since I think Rich said he let her out at 6 o'clock and there was a bit, but what there is on the lawn wasn't significant. It's like little bits here and there, so hopefully we're going to get past the worst of it now. I just feel terrible for Rich because he's had a really rubbishy birthday morning because I'm ill. Chloe's got the start of it. Poppy's His mum got him 2 cakes. Chloe picked one chocolate cake. She picked Chloe up for me last night, so we've kept the chocolate cake here. The other cake he's took to work with him. I can't show you his trainers because he's worn them straight to work. There's some Skechers, some grey Skechers, and he had a Tom Ford aftershave and a Lynx set and a Toblerone off us. Everybody else is like Dub Buddy or cinema vouchers for him. So we're going to go out for a meal, possibly to Billa and Carter, and then go to the Odeon to see some sort of film. Has it got Chris Hemsworth in or something like that? So I don't think Wuthering Heights was going to be up Rich's street. So Rachel, my best friend, we're going to go see that next week together. So yeah, I'm going to literally just run the Hoover round and the flash mop round. The flash mop has been a godsend. It's just so much easier than having to get the big mop out every time. I'm feeling like this, it's just easy just to whack that on, especially when the dogs are in and out with their wet muddy paws. I did try and get it from Sainsbury's because it's on Nectar price on Sainsbury's, but actually they substituted it with just the wipes because they didn't have the actual mop. So I've got loads of wipes. But I actually went on Amazon for the mop and it was cheaper. So yeah. But yeah, I am going to literally just quickly hoover and mop. And then I'm just going to sit down until the vet calls for Denver. And then at least I can just sit at the yard while she checks him. It's not going to be anything physically exerting. And then I think I'll be alright to go back to work tomorrow. And I'm off Monday, Tuesday, thank God. I think it's now starting to rain. Joy of joys. And then the road is opened again, so at least that's stopped all the traffic coming through our village, because that was a freaking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But yeah, that has really taken it out of me this morning. I thought I was doing really well with this to start off with, but yesterday it was just terrible. Pains all up my side, like up to my boobs, like sharp stabbing pains, and it was like almost like I'd got bruised ribs because it was painful to breathe in and out. And the nosebleeds just come out of nowhere. I used to suffer with nosebleeds as a child, but I haven't had them that bad for a while. But I had 2 yesterday, and just no energy. Literally didn't move from the sofa from when Rich and Chloe left on the school run at like 8:20. I was going to go get back into bed, but Richard made the bed, and then I didn't want to leave Poppy downstairs on the road in case she needed to go out. So I was like, no, actually the sofa would be the best place because I can leave the back door open with the central heating on, which is what I did all day. But when I heard her go out, I kept coming and checking on her. But yeah, just have weeks like this. But I'll stop waffling on because I've been waffling on for 6 minutes. The vet did say if she's still no better tomorrow, as in she's lethargic, not eating, and it's still pouring out of her, to take her back in, and they'll have her in on IV fluids for the day, just to make sure she's not dehydrated, and especially coming into the weekend as well. But whatever this dog needs, she will have. Whatever our animals need, they will have. It's really stressed me out, and I think, yeah, that's probably part and parcel of why I don't feel too well either, because the stress is probably being stressed has lowered my immune system further, and then that's why then the cold, because I think I was coping quite well with the cold up until then, but then I think it's probably took hold because I've been stressed. Everybody, it's miserable, pouring down the rain. It's Friday morning. I will catch you up later about Denver and Poppy. I'm not really sure how much I've got for this vlog this week. And there's Leo. I feel like I've got a lot of moaning. Hi Lilo Big. That was a very nice welcome. Can you see him? Because it's very dark. I need to go put the lights on, don't I? I need to go put the lights on. It's very rainy. Didn't know it was going to be rainy this morning, sorry. I think I'm going to get wet, my man. Oh well. The rain just won't go away, will it? It's horrible. Oh, thank you. That was a bit of an aggressive kiss. Right, let me give it some lights on. her have a mooch while I finish off mucking out. I've still got his stable to do. Oh, please don't go right by the fence. At least he won't be able to go over because he's on a slant. He's like, oh, I can't roll over. Such a miserable morning. At least the rain has stopped a bit. It's just a bit drizzly. Steady, good boy. You munching on Denver's hay? He says, yep, I've had to wet that one. Leo's bed's done. Let me flip you around. You ready to come back in and be tacked up? Right, at least the rain stopped, hasn't it, Leo? And then I've mucked him out. Well, I've chucked him back. So I'm going to put his bed down, sweep him back, put some fresh shavings in, empty this, put his water in, tidy all this up whilst he's in the lunch pen, and he can have a mooch. And then when I get home later, or when I'm riding Leo and cooling him off or warming him up, I'll let you know what happened with Denver yesterday. Enrichment in his hay net. He's got a nice clean bed, clean water. Leo's eating his apple. I'm now going to go get Denver. Is that nice and juicy? It's on the floor, isn't it? Yes, it's juicy, isn't it? Well, I'm going to go get Denver. I don't want to be licked, thanks. On the floor, Denver. You dropped on the floor. You've missed it. Should I pick that one back up? I'm not sure you realise. He don't put it back in. He says, I got it out. He says, I earned that one fair and square. Good boy. the state of me. I still feel pretty rough, but I am back at work, and I did do the ponies this morning, probably why I feel pretty rough still today, to be fair. I rode Leo this morning and he was good as gold, but he was on his toes. I did Insta 360 it. I put it from a different angle from the gate from where we enter the school this morning, but when you're at the gate and you look to the left of the arena, there was something down there that had sparked his interest, and he kept trying to shove his head in the air and hollow to that side and shoot off, basically. So I was just trying to manage that. So I was like, let's do the poles, because the poles will make him think and engage his brain on something different rather than what was clearly scaring him this morning. So but he did work fine, bless him. I know what Leo is like one time out of a month he'll go in and he's like that, and then the rest of the time he's absolutely fine, and they can obviously hear things and see things that we can't. But other than that, it was fine. So I don't know what much good this vlog is going to be. I feel terrible when I'm going to look at the footage back, because I just feel like it's lots of me chatting to camera, because not a lot has really gone on this week, apart from me being poorly and animals being poorly left, right and centre. So did I tell you yesterday, obviously Poppy was back at the vets yesterday morning. They changed her drugs, they did full blood tests, all the bloods came back negative: pancreatitis, parvo, liver, kidney, biochemistry, haematology, all within perfectly normal. But they put her onto some new drugs. So they put her onto metrobactin, which is what Penny had when she had the diarrhea. And touch wood, I'm leaning on wood, we've had nothing since. So the last time she went for a poo was yesterday morning. So I feel like she's gone the other way now. She's got that many drugs, but she's probably got nothing in her system because of how much she's had diarrhea, bless her. I've just been feeding her egg and rice. They do normally recommend that you keep them on their normal food if you haven't changed their food, but I just felt because she was so bad, she needed something really light on her intestines. So she's been eating that really well. So I'm going to take her for a little walk now after I finish chatting to you guys. It's been pouring it down all day. It was raining this morning when I was at the horses. I think it's going to rain all day, but it's kind of like that light rain. So I think Chloe will be still fine to have a lesson after school. She'll just get a bit wet. And she breaks up today for half term. So Denver also had the vet yesterday. She looked at him at rest in his stable, and she did say his breathing was abnormal. He was like breathing from his abdomen. She said obviously that's not normal, which I knew. She listened to his chest and she said he does sound wheezy and crackly. He sounds like a typical allergy type horse. So we lunged him, and she said actually his lungs weren't actually that bad at all after being lunged. She said it is obviously just the fact that he has got these allergies, and it's just going to be a case of managing him to make sure he's comfortable. I thought it might just be worse because it's winter, but she actually, on his records, we had her out last May, and she said that'll be because obviously with the allergies, pollen will play a part as well. She said so it is just going to be a case of managing him. So she's put him back on a course of Ventapulmin, which is like a liquid solution, for 10 days. And then we've got to try a nebulizer with him, and just with saline in it. She said because obviously we have to be careful because a lot of the inhalers that you put in them have steroids in them, and with him being a cob, you have to be careful with obviously steroids. She said most of the steroid is just carried in the lungs, but some of it can pass over into the rest of the body, and then it's at risk of causing laminitis. And we don't know if last year he had a little bit of a lammy episode, so we're very cautious with him. Hence why we can't really put him on to haylage with the dust allergy, with the hay. But she said we're fine just to wet the hay. She said don't soak it because he won't want to eat it then, because it takes all of the goodness and the taste and the nice taste out of it. She said, but if you literally just douse it in water before you give it to him, it'll take, majority of the dust out of it, and he'll probably still enjoy the taste. So he staged a little bit of a protest to start off with, but now he's eating it absolutely fine. So it's just obviously because it was something different. He's on the respiratory supplement. She looked at that. She said, yeah, definitely continue with that. She said the one that we give him, like the NAF one, is straight into his throat for work. It's fine to carry on with that. She said he's actually better off working like 7 days a week if we can. She said, obviously, I appreciate your daughter's not going to ride 7 days a week. She said, but if you can, even just popping him on the lunge for 5 or 10 minutes, just a light lunge, she said, will just help him obviously pick up his respiration and get movement through his lungs, oxygen through his lungs, and it'll loosen the secretions. So that's basically what the nebulizer will be for. Because although she said like normally you'd use an inhaler with it, and the steroids in the inhaler will help with the secretions in the lungs. But that's what's happening. Basically, his lungs are building up secretions that he can't get rid of. He's trying to cough to get rid of the secretions and he can't. Whereas the saline on its own will loosen the secretions, and then when he coughs, he'll be able to get it up. So it's not a case that he probably will stop coughing, but it might be less than what he is, and obviously the breathing effort won't be as hard for him. So he's insured with a lifetime policy, and I've had a look at it. He's with a Greer lifetime policy, for I think it's £3,500 per year. So it renews every year, which is quite rare for horse insurance, because most horse insurance companies are only a time limited policy for 12 months. So we're really lucky in that sense. We're not lucky, we were sensible when we took the policy. I knew, obviously being a vet nurse and having lifetime policies for my other animals, I knew I wanted that for the horses. But when I first had Leo, they didn't exist then, as far as to my knowledge. But I did swap Leo over to it because as well, because he was on a time limit policy, so anything that he had pre-existing wouldn't have been covered anyway. So anything he gets new in the future, he will be covered lifetime. And I have had a little look, and it does look like they will pay for the nebulizer. So the vets have said to me, if they will, let us know and we can get it ordered in, and then the nurse will come out and show you how to use it, bring the saline, and then we can always, the vet's going to go away and look at the different type of inhalers that you can put in, the medicated ones, and see which ones are safer for him being a pony, and like native cobby and high lambie risk, to see which ones are the better ones, just in case when he has a bad day we can use that. Because that's what I said to her, this is for me, I just want to make sure that he's as comfortable as possible. I don't like seeing him in distress, and when he has a really bad attack, and it only tends to happen say like once every 2 or 3 weeks or once a month, but he does get really stressed with it. So they've been really great. So that's what we're going to do. I need to phone the insurance company or email them and just get confirmation that they do cover it, and then I can get them ordered. We can't start the nebulizer for another 10 days until he's completed the Venter-Pullman course anyway, and Claire actually has one, so there's not a massive rush because we can borrow hers until we get one ordered, but he is going to need it for the rest of his life. So at least we've got to the bottom. She did say they can scope him if needed, she said, but she doesn't think that that's needed to start off. She said try the medication, try the maintenance with looking after him, soaking his, or wetting his hay, using the nebulizer. It's just about management with these cases. And like she said, you may get a flare up in summer or spring when the pollen is high. So he may need a nose net as well, like what Leo wears, but he doesn't like having it on his face. But the one Leo has is quite a hard one material, whereas the one Claire uses on her, he's quite thin. So I think I might need to try the different material on him. And like Leo didn't like it to start off with, but they have to get used to it because it's for their own good, and they don't understand it's for their own good. Obviously, we know that, they don't. So he would get used to it over time, and I think that will help him in spring and summer when the pollen starts to pick up. And you can get the apps on your phone, can't you, to tell you when the pollen rate is high. So that'll be good, not just for Deborah, but for Leo. So that's where we're at. So yeah, did the boys this morning. Going back tonight with Chloe. I'll drop her after school. I'm now going to walk the dogs for half an hour, pick Chloe up, drop her at the stables. She'll have her lesson with Claire, and then I'll go back for her later on when I finish work and pick her up. And then we're done for the evening. I'm just going to get showered and sit on the sofa for... I have just clocked off work. Chloe is home. She didn't go for a lesson. It is absolutely pouring down rain. It's still pouring down rain. Claire was like, just sack it off. She said it's just wet and really windy. So I was like, that's fine. I'm off Monday and Tuesday, so I can work them. So I'm just going to go jump in the shower, wash my hair, get in some fresh PJs, and then I'm going to sit and watch an episode of, what's it called? Is it Tell Me Lies? I'm in season 2. Rich has given up on it. I'm still trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's one of those that I have on in the background while I edit. It doesn't have my full concentration, but yeah, so I'm just going to jump in the shower because I feel disgusting. And I just need to sit down to